Welcome to BitByBit-Code channel. In this today video, we'll be learning about the React useState hook. Although in the last video we have learned about the how to use the use effect hook in the React and some introduction to the hooks also. So in this video also we'll be learning like what are hooks, like small like a description about the hooks, and then we'll be learning about the useState hook, and then after that we'll be learning like why we require the useState hook. So like it's a beginner friendly guide to managing state in functional component. So what are hooks in React? So although I had told you hooks are introduced in React 16.8 version where it was one of the biggest update and revolutionized like how developers build components, and they allow functional component to use state and lifecycle features without using class component. So in this one, we in like basically we are having two things. One is the class component, another one is the functional component. In the class component, we cannot use the hooks. So in this one, like in the functional component, we can use the hooks, but it is having some rules. And apart from that, in lifecycle, it has made easy for lifecycle method and hooks state management inside the functional component easy. Why do we need hooks? So like state place before hooks inside like the class component, we need to write the states and manage the states like using this keyword. Like it was like one of the headache thing for the developers. And when the state used hooks are introduced, and it was one of the biggest thing, and that feels free like feel free to develop the things for the developers. Then functional component couldn't manage their own state. So here, like there are few things that you can just pause the video, and you can just take down the like key points like for the interview or else for the for whatever the things you are learning. What is use state? So we will be learning like brief about the use state now. So the use state hook color functional component to manage state in a simple, elegant way. It returns an array containing the current state value and a function to update it. So inside this one, like what it mean to say, like one array containing one current value and another one is containing the dashing value. So we'll be learning that one with the example, then you can understand properly. So you can just take this definition and keep like as key points. Okay, and then key benefits. So maintain component state without classes. Component re-render when state changes. Okay, here it telling that component re-renders. It will not reload the entire application. It will re-render that only particular that thing that has been updated on the screen. Easy to understand and use. Okay, and can be used simple times per component. And then we'll be having the syntax of use state. So we can just look at the screen. So like how we can use this one. The use state hook uses an array destructuring to access state values and update functions. This modern JavaScript syntax makes state management incredibly like intuitive. So then what will happen inside this one? So we need to create one variable as const or let. Inside that one, we need to create one array. Inside that count comma set count. So count, what it is doing, it is storing the current state value, where set count is like a function to update the state. Okay, and then the last one is the initial state value. That means a use state, that whatever the like what you are giving. So this is the three things like if to understand that properly. And then this is the one example one counter app. So we'll be learning properly inside the VS code. Now this also one of the another example. We will also learn this second example also. So this is how it works and how usestate works internally. So basically like what will happen inside this one. So like one whenever the state state storage is there, right? So React stores state separately from component execution. So whenever anything is on screen, something need to be changed, and then you have clicked on plus one. We can take the real example of Zepto or Zomato. So like if you are ordering anything at the time, you will click on plus icon. So at the time from 0 to it will increase the item count to 1. So how it will works? So like something it need to be triggered, right? So this is how it will work. Okay, and this is the one of the main rules of hooks that you need to know about this one. Basically, hook should call inside only in the function component. Hook should not be called inside the loops or like anything that we should not call afterwards. And then you can just pause this video and then you can read this one. And for the interview guide, I will tell you like what are the questions. Basically, they are like any company is gonna ask. So the first question is like define hooks, and the second question is why do we need to use hook? And the third question is why do we required use state? Instead of that, we can use reducer or else we can use the redux also. So what is the difference in between them? Like why do we required like all these three? Okay, like this is the third question, and fourth question is uh okay in this one instead of using the state, okay, instead of like using the use state and re-rendering the thing. So basically why instead of this one, why we should not do create a variable as count and then increase plus plus directly, so this is the question. So these are the you can find many questions, multiple questions on use state, and you can just google and you can get that one. So now we'll be moving to the VS Code. Okay, now we'll be starting in the VS Code, like how to write a code about the use state. So already I have created a hello world.jsx and then I have been imported inside the app.jsx. What you need to do here, you need to just write this hello world and import it and provide the path properly. And then inside this one, RFCE. So I'm getting the snippet. Why? Because I have added a here at the left hand side you can see the extensions. You can just add a react es7 features, so install that extension, you will get all these features. So I have written rfce, so I will just zoom on the screen. Okay, const count comma set count is to use state of 0. Okay, here I had told you this count is storing the current. Okay, whatever the thing is happening on the screen, like the current thing is stored inside the count, and this set count is the background thing that is the like a backbone of this count that is helping it to update the function or else updating the count value or else whatever thing is happening, and this state is managing the changes on the screen. Okay, const, I will creating on arrow function const handle update. Okay, inside this one, I will be calling set count of count plus 1. Okay, I will be calling handle plus 1 and then const. Okay, handle reduce. Okay, why I'm using this one? So basically, to increase a like product item, we will be having two things. Like one is the increasing product item, another one is the decreasing the product item. So already we have made for the increase, and now we will make for the decrease. Set count of count minus 1. Okay, now here I will write h1, and inside this h1 I will add as count. So just for display here, this count I have called inside this h1 so that I can display the data like running runtime thing. So already I have got a suggestion. I don't know like for from where I am getting. Okay, leave that. So on click handle add and reduce, or else I will just make plus and then minus. And then already I have started my server. You need to just write npm run move to the particular directory and then start this in this one. Okay, now we'll be starting this one here. Okay, now I have refreshed the page and you can see there are no errors. And if I clicking on this plus item, so this product item is getting increased. And if I click minus, so it is getting minus also. So I should add a condition such a way that it should not go beyond minus. So here what we need to do here in this one, we need to do one thing, that is if count is greater than, okay, then only it should call. Let go back and then I'll refresh the page and then okay, I'm clicking on this one minus, but still it is not working. So why? Because so I added a condition, so it should not go beyond the zero. Why? Because in the product you should not go on the minus. Okay, and this is the use state using the number. And now we'll be continuing with the another scenario. So okay, I will just remove this one. Now we'll be learning about the second example. So in the previous example we have seen about the counter of an application. Now we will be learning about the second example. So I have created one RFCE, okay, and this one const, okay, I will add as a user, okay, user, comma, set user used to use state of an object. Here I will create an object as name is to John, where his age is around 30. Okay, I will take care 30, and then const handle update, and then set user of. Now I'm creating one callback function inside this one. So like I'll creating on if condition if user, okay, user dot name, okay, already I have got a snippet, okay, but I don't use, okay, user dot name, okay, double equal to John. Then what it should need to return? It should need to return something a different username. Okay, something we need to change, like few changes we need to make change here. Its name is equal to Jane, and we'll make it as Dolly, and then age is to around 22 something I will make, and then else if okay, user dot, okay, instead of this one, okay, I will just here preview, and I will write one here reference directly, preview dot name, name equal to Dolly. Then what should need to return? It should need to return this one. Okay, and I have copied that one, and then I will write inside the return, and I will paste directly here. That's it. And then if not, everything is not working, then what we need to do? We need to write directly return. We need to return just to preview. That's it. Okay. Now everything is fine. Now we need to display the data on the screen. So H1 and another one is the H2. Inside the H1, user, okay, user is there, right? Okay, user dot name, and then we need to write user dot age to display on the data. So what I will do here, I will just write name, something like this. Then after that, I will just add age. Okay, now everything is fine. Just we need to add a button, and then okay, update something. Okay, update data or whatever you want, you can add. For the just for dummy purpose, I'm just written something like that. On click is to handle, call that function handle update, and then save this one. After saving, okay, go back to the browser and then refresh the page, and now you can see that name is to John and where age is to 30. And after clicking on this one, the name is getting changes Dolly and age is getting changes 22. Are you getting here? Without page refresh, we can change this one. So this is the, by using a array, also like destructuring, we have seen like how to write a use state, and after that we have seen a using a number and using a object. So these are the two different examples I have shown you. And apart from this one, so in the like in the next videos we will be learning little bit more deeper about the use state, like how to display the data, like the API data on the screen, something like this. So these are the dummy data that we are getting taking from the JSON, okay, and as an object, and then later we'll be getting from an we will be using the APIs to display the data, like in the, like one of the JavaScript video, like I have shown you like how to display the data using the JavaScript, plain JavaScript. But in this one, like I will let you know how to use the React to display the data. So thanks for watching the video.